Araromi, and I'm the CEO for iRecharge Tech Innovations. Please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I'd like to start by commending the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and especially the National Policy Center for initiating the first Abuja Electricity Conference. The on-grid electricity value chain works as a harmony of processes through generation, transmission, and distribution. A breakdown in one aspect can easily affect the entire system. 10 out of Nigeria's 11 electricity distribution companies has reported huge losses in 7 straight years, about 2 trillion in losses between 2013 and 2019. A distressing scorecard that highlights the struggle of a sector that has failed to meet the power needs of Nigerians nearly a decade after the government handed control of the firms to private investors. According to a 2020 report by PricewaterhouseCoopers, the main problems are decaying infrastructure, low investment, debts, and poor revenue collections. Recovering revenue from electricity consumers in Nigeria has, however, consistently been described by the management of the DISCOs as the hardest segment of the electricity value chain. The first method of revenue collection DISCOs inherited from the unbundled PHCN was the cash office systems, where customers were expected to walk in and pay. While this approach is very straightforward, it's ineffective, especially for more remote customers. It became clear that unless payments become accessible, DISCOs and their uplines would forever struggle with energy loss and low revenue. The next step was for DISCOs to have field agents that will go around and collect payments and remit them back to the cash office. This wasn't very efficient, as we had issues of misappropriation and theft from cash being collected. The first motivation, after this, the next motivation was to make payments very easy. This came by way of online payment platform, which enabled people to pay from the comfort of their homes, day or night. The acceptance rate was growing steadily, even before COVID-19 accelerated the adoption of e-payment. It was an inspired solution with drawbacks proportionate to the size of its brilliance. Buying tokens and paying bills online requires a bank card or a bank transfer. The EFINA Access to Financial Services in Nigeria survey done in June 2021 showed that only 51% of Nigerian adults are using formal financial services with a bank, microfinance bank, mobile money, insurance, or pensions account. Worse still, even for those that have both internet and bank accounts with debit or credit cards, they were not really comfortable putting those details online because of the high fraud rates. Unfortunately, with online payment channels becoming a preferred means of commercial transaction in Nigeria, there has been an increase of e-payments fraud. According to a report by NIBS in April this year, online payment fraud in Nigeria was up 330%. Lastly is customer trust. Most online payment platforms do not have any confirmation infrastructure for customers to be able to verify in real time their payments got to the DISCO, especially for postpaid customers. So we had instances of duplicated receipts or funds not getting to the right source. And we all here have accepted that without funds, the discos won't be able to perform optimally. At iRecharge, we have distilled through most of the challenges associated with electricity bill payments and have come up with a patented ingenious solution that enhances bill payments, which we call ADEPT. But before I go into what it is, I'd like to remind us of something. In the old days, Nigerian bank accounts were anything between 12 and 15 digits long, depending on the banking institution. To solve this issue, in 2011, the Central Bank of Nigeria created the Nigerian Uniform Bank Account Number as the standardized system for numbering bank accounts in Nigeria. In 2012, the CBN initiated the Nigerian Financial Inclusion Strategy, NFIS, in line with the cashless policy introduced in the same year. The NFIS was built on 4 strategic areas of agency banking, mobile banking, linkage model, and client empowerment. We have been able to harness the benefit derived from NUBAN, NFIS, and cashless policy strategy, such as the e-Naira, as well as the trusted infrastructure of the financial system to create ADEPT. We discovered that most customers of the discos, regardless of the stratosphere, from the urban areas to the remote areas, understood one thing. While they might not understand technology or paying of bills online, they understood the language of money. They all knew how to send and receive money, howbeit differently. While we're sitting here, might do our own transfers through our mobile banking, internet banking, mobile apps, or ATMs, you find out that those in remote areas are also able to perform this same functionality, howbeit through POS agents and mobile agents, which are all around us. And so, at iRecharge, we decided to take advantage of this infrastructure. And we built what we call ADEPT. And the question is, what is ADEPT? ADEPT is a cross-functional payment solution that integrates service providers, such as electricity disco companies, into the electronic banking channels. It enables electricity distribution companies to map prepaid meters and postpaid accounts to NUBAN numbers. When payments are made to these account numbers, prepaid tokens or receipts are generated automatically and sent to the customer. So it simply means each and every one of us here who has a meter, our meter has an account number just like us. And for us to be able to purchase our tokens, all we need to do is just transfer to that account number dedicated to our meter. And what this does is opens the collection channels for the disco. So it means those in the remote areas who don't have access to cash offices of the discos, or who can't go online, but have a POS agent across the street from them, can simply go to them and make their payments, make their bill payments, or get their tokens without the POS agent being directly linked to the disco. So what we're trying to do is to open more channels through which the electricity disco can enhance their collection model. It is a robust and seamless solution that goes beyond the current challenges to incorporating more access channel, instant transaction verification, automated and tailored reporting, reconciliation, and settlement. It provides a cashless and cardless payment alternative for receiving payment from customers while allowing the disco immediate access to collected revenue and real-time information. Like I said, while bank customers are able to transfer to their meters just like they're transferring to a human being via their internet banking, their ATMs, and their mobile apps, those without access to the internet can use their bank's USSD. They can as well use the over 3 million POS and mobile money agents that we have scattered around, and they get their value almost immediately. Some of the many benefits to the distribution companies include reduction in energy loss, increase in revenue generation, customer convenience, transaction security, provision of multiple payment access points, ease of reconciliation, and the complete elimination of cash handling. In 2020, the Nigerian electricity sector implemented a service reflective tariff that allows DISCO to charge consumers for the quality of electricity they supply daily. With the implementation of service reflective tariff, customers are now classified into bands based on the number of hours they receive electricity daily. With payments becoming more accessible to customers, many are happy to pay regularly if it guarantees them more hours of supply. ADEPT was conceived with the needs of all members in the transaction life cycle in mind. While it provides convenience to the customers and it reduces revenue loss for the DISCOs, it also enhances improved service deliveries by the DISCO. So simply put, your meter, your postpaid account now has its own account number, just like you do. And they can receive funds and provide value immediately through any means available to you. So it means customers would not necessarily need to expose their card details online to make payments, but can as well enjoy the same service. While for DISCOs, it has opened and simply multiplied access channel through which their consumers can make payments. We believe that at full implementation, this will go a long way in bridging the revenue loss for the DISCOs while improving its collection and by extension, improving power supply. Thank you very much.